What's up, First Baptist Silver Hill Youth? We've been quarantining for about 2 weeks now, give or take. Some of you probably a little bit longer. And we're all, going a little bit crazy, running out of stuff to do. And if you are, staying at home with siblings, multiple siblings, especially if you're sharing a room with one or more of your siblings, it's probably turning into like Animal Planet, survival of the fittest, y'all having territorial wars over, who gets what. And so it might be hard for you to find time to be alone right now, away from your family, away from your siblings, away from everybody. You might not have a space to call your own that you can just go and be alone with God. But as we'll see here, let me turn to Mark. It was important for Jesus to be alone with God as well. Even though he was the Son of God, even though he was already perfect, he felt the need to spend time with God, with his Heavenly Father, because it's about fellowship, right? It's about getting to know God better and just being with him, just being friends with him and being disciples of him, of Jesus. Because the more time we spend around him, the more like him we're going to become. And so here in verse 35, it says, "And rising very early in the morning, while it was still dark, he departed and went out to a desolate place, and there he prayed. And Simon and those who were with him searched for him. And they found him and said to him, 'Everyone is looking for you.'" And so even Jesus, he was already doing a lot of miracles. He was healing people. He was, casting out demons. And he was also spending time each day, teaching his disciples how to be like him so they could carry on his ministry later on. So he was a busy guy and he was popular, and there were people coming to him all the time, crowds around him constantly. So when do you think that Jesus found time to be alone with God? Well, this verse says early in the morning. Not only did he get up way before his disciples, but he went out to a desolate place. In other words, a place where there wasn't anybody else around. Just a place where he could be alone, probably somewhere in the wilderness. And he was far enough away, we know, because the disciples, after they got up, they had to form a search party and go look for him for a while before they eventually found him. And so we need that one-on-one time with God. We need fellowship with him. We need to not only bring our needs before him in prayer. That's an important part of prayer, but also just to thank him for what we have, to just be in his presence. An important part of praying is also listening, just being in his presence, listening for his will for our lives. And so I hope that as we are going through this quarantine, as we continue on, separated from each other, at least physically, that you guys will endeavor to spend more time with God. To just, even if you got to go out in your backyard to do a quiet time, that you would just find time to spend alone with God. Because your prayer life is probably the number one most important thing as a Christian to do. Just talking about the foundations of Christianity, you need to have a prayer life with God. Because the more time you spend with God, the more time you're going to be like him. Just like, the more time you spend with your friends at school, whatever type of friend group you spend time with, you become more like those people over time. If we want to become like God, we have to spend time with him and in his presence. So anyway, that's your word of encouragement for the day. Thanks for watching. I love you guys, and I miss you, and I hope we can see each other again soon. Peace.